All right, let's just jump right in. If you're a tech leader right now, your head is probably spinning. There's this absolute flood of new AI coding terms, right? It's chaos. Every single day, there's a new product, a new buzzword, and you're just supposed to get it. You hear Cursor. Then suddenly, it's Codex. Then someone's pitching you Claude Code. And oh my gosh, everyone is talking about their brand new agent. And look, the words themselves, they're not actually that complicated. The tricky part, the thing that's tripping everyone up, is the layering. How does all this stuff actually fit together? That's the real puzzle. But what if I told you that this one little sentence is the key to it all? This is the analogy that's going to bring some order to that chaos. We're going to use this to build a mental model that will make everything click. So here's the game plan. We're going to walk through the whole AI coding stack, layer by layer. We'll break down the key terms, show you how they all connect, and I promise, by the end of this, you'll have a super clear framework to figure out any new tool that lands on your desk.
All right, let's get into it. We're going to start right at the bottom, the absolute foundation of everything we're talking about today.
Okay, check this out, because this separation is so important. Layer 1, the model, that's your engine. Think GPT-4, Claude 3, Opus, raw, incredible power. But an engine on its own can't really go anywhere, can it? It just sits there. That's where layer 2, the harness, comes in. The harness is the car you build around that engine. It's all the code that gives the model tools, to read files, run commands, remember things. And here's the kicker, the thing you have to remember. It's the quality of the harness, not just the model, that usually decides if a tough coding task actually gets done. The car is often way more important than the engine. So, we've got our engine, we've got our car. What happens when we actually give it a destination? And, tell it to drive. Well, this is where the idea of an agent pops up. Okay, I gotta say, this is probably one of the most abused marketing terms in AI right now. An agent isn't really a thing you buy off the shelf. It's more of an emergent property. It's what happens when you take that model and that harness, give them a goal, and just let them run. The keyword, the only word that matters here, is autonomy. And this right here, this clears up so much confusion. Think of it like this. An agent acts, it goes off, does its thing, and you check the result at the end. It's running its own loop. A copilot, on the other hand, suggests. It's like a buddy whispering in your ear while you code, and you're the one who says yes or no to every single idea. So next time a salesperson starts talking about their amazing new agent, you just ask this one simple question. Does it run by itself, or does it need me to approve every little step? That'll tell you everything you need to know. So how you actually talk to this agent? Well, that's layer 4, the interface. And what's cool is that the same powerful harness can have a bunch of different dashboards. You could have a command line thing for your hardcore engineers, a simple desktop app for someone else, or an extension right inside the code editor. And don't forget, this isn't just about looks. How you access it has huge implications for security and who gets to do what in your organization. All right, so we've got the engine, we've got the car, and we, the driver, have given it a goal. But where's it driving? We need a road, right? And we need a destination. Let's talk about that. Layer 5 is the road itself, the AI-native IDE. And I'm not talking about your old-school code editor with a little AI chatbot tacked on. No. These are built from the ground up with AI at their core. The 800-pound gorilla in the room here is Cursor. It's basically a version of VS Code on steroids, and its growth is just insane. We're talking about evaluation that is just going through the roof. And of course, there are others like Windsurf, which is all about autonomy, and Zed, which is built for pure blistering speed. And finally, we get to layer 6, the destination. And this is where things get really interesting for business leaders, because this is where AI stops being just a tool for developers and starts plugging into your entire business workflow. We're talking about AI helping with code reviews in GitHub, automatically sorting through new tickets in Jira, even handling the handoff from your design team to your developers. Honestly, this is the real battleground for these companies in the long run. The true ROI isn't just about writing code faster. It's about making that whole journey from a business idea and a Jira ticket to a feature your customers are using way more efficient. Okay, so now we have our 6-layer map of the world. Let's go back to that confusing mess we started with and use our new map to make sense of it all. This is where it all comes together. This is the question I get all the time. Hey, should we go with Claude Code or Cursor? And now that you understand the stack, you can probably see the problem, right? It's a total layer mismatch. You're asking if you should buy an engine or a highway. It doesn't make sense. Here's how you should be thinking about it. You're not making one decision here, you're making two. First decision, which harness do we want?
That's your layer 2 choice, right? Claude Code, Codex, Aider, whatever. Second decision, which IDE do we want to work in? That's your layer 5 road. Cursor, Zed, good old VS Code. In fact, you can literally run the Claude Code harness inside of the Cursor IDE. They're not competitors. They can work together.
So let's do a proper apples-to-apples comparison. Two layer 2 harnesses, Claude Code and Codex. Right away, you can see they have totally different philosophies. Claude Code is all about planning things out first and having a human approve the steps. It's more of a collaborator. Codex is more like, give me a big goal and get out of my way. It's a fire and forget autonomous tool. The point isn't that one is better than the other. It's about which tool is right for the job you're trying to do. A lot of the best teams are actually using both for different tasks.
Okay, so let's wrap this up with something you can actually use. How do you take this framework and make smart decisions for your team? I'm going to boil it all down to 3 simple, crucial questions to ask before you buy anything.
Number 1, is our choice of model, the engine, separate from our choice of harness, the car? Make sure you're not getting locked into a bundle you don't want. Number 2, how are we actually judging the quality of the harness? Don't just get dazzled by the latest and greatest model. Test the car. And number 3, when they say agent, what do they actually mean? Is this thing truly autonomous, or is it just a copilot with a fancy name? Get a straight answer. Look, the product names are going to keep changing. Next year, there'll be a new Codex, a new Cursor, a new something else. That's guaranteed. But these 6 layers we just walked through, they're not going anywhere. This structure is solid. And if you understand this stack, you'll be able to instantly understand any new tool that comes out. The only question you'll have to ask is, what layer does it belong on?